What's up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday Mindset with Dr. Matt. And today I want to talk about consciously choosing to increase your bandwidth and increase your capacity. For the people that have ever come into Rev and come in our office, in the beginning stages, we share about your nervous system, how stress builds up, and how over time our neural capacity, our bandwidth, like that computer system, begins to shrink. And we talk about that when we start healing, when we start integrating, when we start processing stress, that over time our bandwidth will really start beginning to open up. And that's really when people can start experiencing more life and life being more adaptable and more resilient. This is really where the magic begins to happen. And today I want to talk about something that happened to me and Monica this weekend. So Monica and I went climbing this weekend. It was a beautiful day. It's starting to get climbing weather here in Chattanooga, and so this is going to be our first season outdoors with our friend who's taking us out there. And this guy that we go with, he's been climbing for nearly 30 years, and so he knows the ins and outs of climbing. And we ran a couple routes. We did a few routes, and it was a really fun time. But we weren't super exhausted. We still had a couple left in us, and he asked us, "Do you guys want to go to this one, which is going to whip your butt?" He said it's going to be really tough. But you guys will be able to work on it. Or do you want to do a couple of these ones that you guys can definitely handle? And right away, Monica and I instantaneously let's go to the one that's going to whip our butt, because we wanted to experience what that looked like. And it's funny because it's just so innate for us now and so natural for us. Because for me, several years ago, I used to like to take the easy way out of things. Now I do believe in efficiency and being very efficient in our growth, and especially when it comes to working out and different things, and biohacks as well. But I used to take the easy way out. And now, understanding our nervous system, our bandwidth, I always choose to do something that's going to help increase our bandwidth. So when people go through this process, they start going through neurointegration. We say, take it easy, your body's going to process. But then we get to a point where we feel like we can start, expanding. We can start trying new things. And this really, guys, is that old saying, our life begins at the edge of our comfort zone. Our life begins at the edge of our bandwidth. Every time you do something that's a little bit stressful, that's a little bit more than you can maybe handle. For us, we climbed a route and started trying to work on it where we weren't necessarily ready to just breeze right on up it like our friend did, because he's been doing this for 30 years. And so because he's been doing it for 30 years, his bandwidth and his capacity to be able to handle that experience on the rock was super simple. I mean, he shot right up it. And me and Monica, we got our butts whipped because it was really challenging. But here's the thing. Every time that you consciously choose to go through an experience and try to take that next level up, your body, your nervous system, your physiology is going to take that energy of that experience, process it, integrate it, especially if you're doing the work, working on yourself. And when you integrate it, you become more vibrationally sound and in tune. You increase the frequency within your cellular structures. You grow stronger, you grow faster, and you learn from that experience. So that way, next time you will be stronger. Anybody that's ever, lifted a weight before understands this. You lift a certain poundage of weight, it's really, really tough, but you do that for a couple of weeks, and eventually you come back to that same weight, and it's super simple and it's super easy. So guys, for today's Monday Mindset, I want to invite you guys to start looking at the things in your life that you can start trying to push the envelope just a little bit. Things that you can maybe do a little bit more challenging rep, or a challenging thing, or whatever it may be, to push yourself into a place that it's a little bit uncomfortable. And here's the gift, guys. When you consciously choose to get uncomfortable, when you consciously choose to open and expand your bandwidth, you're going to expand your bandwidth because you're consciously choosing it. But also, we always know there's always going to be those unexpected challenges, those unexpected winds of life that come up. And when you are a person that consciously creates those good stressors in your life, when those unexpected stressors happen, it's way easier for you to handle it and move through the challenge with ease and grace. So I hope this supports you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week and try something new and expand your bandwidth.